Hi, I am Crash, and welcome to another bite in our Crash Labs. Today, we're going to fix a pretty serious bug in your operating system. It's that little piece of code that whispers in your ear, more is better. We're about to patch that thing for good.
So let's just ask the question straight up. Is more always better? I mean, we're all told to hustle, to grind, to pack our schedules full. But does all that activity, all that busyness actually get you anywhere meaningful? Or are you just spinning your wheels in the mud? We're about to find out.
All right, so here's the plan. We're going to install a new protocol for focus, and our code comes from a pretty wild combination of sources: a billionaire investor, a legendary cartoonist, and a mind-bending psychological experiment. This isn't just a list of tips. We're building a full-on system to help you finally cut through all the static.
Okay, first up, let's start with the billionaire. This whole thing kicks off with a story about Warren Buffett and his personal pilot. And trust me, this little story is going to completely rewire how you look at your to-do list forever.
So who was this guy, Mike Flint? Look, he wasn't just some random employee. This dude was legit. He was Warren Buffett's personal pilot for a decade. He flew 4 different US presidents. I mean, talk about a high performer. But even with all that success, he felt stalled. Like his own career wasn't really taking off. So he asked the big boss for some advice.
So Buffett gives him this 3-step exercise, and it sounds super simple at first. Step 1, he tells Mike to write down his top 25 career goals, everything he wants to accomplish. Mike goes off and does it. Then comes step 2. Buffett says, okay, great. Now look at that list and circle your top 5. Just 5. That's it.
So now Mike has 2 lists, right? You've got list A, the top 5 goals he circled. That's his primary focus. And then there's list B, the other 20 things. And you can just imagine what's going through his head. He's probably thinking, okay, I got this. I'll hammer away at the top 5, and, I'll work on the other 20 in my spare time. On weekends, whenever I can fit them in. Seems logical, right?
Well, this is where Buffett just drops the hammer. He stops Mike and says, no, you've got it all wrong, Mike. Everything you didn't circle just became your avoid at all cost list. Yeah, not your work on it later list, your avoid at all cost list. That changes everything. And this is the key insight, the part so many of us miss. Those other 20 things, they aren't just secondary goals. They're the most dangerous kind of distraction. Why? Because they're good ideas. You care about them. They're tempting. And because they're tempting, they'll suck away just enough of your time and energy to guarantee you end up with 20 half-finished projects instead of 5 amazing, completed ones.
Okay, so Buffett gives us the what. He tells us what to focus on, but that's just step 1 of the protocol. Now we need the how. How do you actually execute on those top 5 goals? For that piece of the code, we're pulling a file from a totally different source, the creator of Dilbert.
So Scott Adams, the guy behind the Dilbert cartoons, has this super provocative quote, "Goals are for losers." Now hold on, that sounds crazy, but hear him out. His point is that when you have a big, far-off goal, you basically live in a state of failure until the very moment you finally hit it. That can be pretty demoralizing. So he flips the script entirely. Let's make this real. Say one of your top 5 goals is to write a book. The goal itself is just big. It's kind of looming out there, but a system is different. The system would be, I will write 500 words every single morning. See the difference? With the system, you get a win every single day you do it. The book just becomes the natural, inevitable result of all those daily wins piling up.
And this is how the 2 parts of our protocol snap together perfectly. It's a powerful 1-2 punch. You use Buffett's rule to figure out what truly matters, to cut out all the noise. Then, you use Adams's philosophy to build a system that automatically pushes you toward those goals day in and day out.
So, what does the state of pure focus actually look and feel like when you put it all into practice? Well, here in the lab, we've got a visual for that. Let's call it the Innovation Station. Take a look at this. At first glance, it looks chaotic, maybe a little busy, but look closer. This is the state of flow you get when this protocol is working. It's that feeling where time just disappears because you're so locked in. This is what happens when you've cleared the deck of all those other distractions and you're just making things happen.
Let's deconstruct what we're seeing here. See that robot they're working on? That's your top 5 goal. It's the big project. All those holographic charts and data feeds, that's your system in action, churning away. And maybe the most important part, look at what's not there. There's no clutter, no side projects, no random distractions. That is your avoid at all costs list working perfectly.
And this really gets to the heart of the matter, the huge difference between being busy and being productive.
Busyness is jumping from an email to a meeting to some random task with no real direction. Productivity? That's the innovation station. It's focused, meaningful effort that actually creates a result.
Okay, so this protocol sounds amazing, right? But there's a danger. A pretty serious warning label we have to attach to this thing. Because this kind of intense focus is a superpower, for sure, but it can also give you massive blind spots if you're not careful.
It's a real psychological phenomenon called inattentional blindness. You've definitely experienced it. You know, when you're looking everywhere for your keys and they're literally in your hand the whole time? Your brain is so focused on the task of looking that it actually filters out the object itself.
The classic experiment for this is just wild. Researchers had people watch a video of a basketball game and gave them one simple job: count the number of passes the team in white makes. Easy enough. But while they're doing that, a person in a full-on gorilla suit walks into the middle of the screen, thumps their chest, and walks off. The crazy part? About half the people who watch it completely miss the gorilla. They never even see it.
So this is the warning for the 25-5 rule. If you get too locked in, if you develop tunnel vision on your top 5 goals, you risk missing your own gorilla. And your gorilla might be a huge market crash, a game-changing new technology, or something important happening in your own life that you're just too heads down to notice.
All right, let's bring it all home. We've got the pilot's rule for prioritizing, the cartoonist system for executing, and the gorilla's warning about blind spots. Let's assemble this into the final focus protocol that you can run this week.
Here it is, your 5-step protocol. Number 1, write the 25 goals. Number 2, circle your top 5. Number 3, take those other 20 and make them your official avoid-at-all-costs list. Seriously, put them on a piece of paper and tape it to a wall. Number 4, for your top 5, build a system. And number 5, the critical final step. Keep your head up. Schedule time to scan the environment so you don't miss the gorilla.
And that is how we fix the focus bug. The goal isn't to be busy, it's to be effective. Stop spinning your wheels and start building something that actually matters. That's all for this bite. I'll see you next time in the lab.